Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is in the studio, and, the world that he has chosen to work in as his life work is a fascinating world to all of us because it's the world that brings us TV, the internet, these new iPhones and smartphones and everything like that. And I guess radio is even in there somewhere.
Yes.
How you doing, Jim?
Fine, thank you.
There was a story this morning, and it seems like every Friday you come here, there's something related sort of kind of to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the future has this TV, and you have to have the right iPhone, and I think it's the next generation of iPhones that'll do away with the credit card.
Okay.
Okay, have you heard this?
Yes. Keep going.
So the phone, the next phone, if you have it, you won't need a credit card for anything. You just I don't know how it works, but the way it works with your TV is if you're watching a commercial, the phone will know that commercial is on somehow, and there'll be a little thing on your phone. Order now. Psh, just click the button and you paid for it.
Yeah.
Assuming you have credit. Assuming you know what's in your card.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be overspending on that thing real easy.
Yeah. It's like the pizza commercial. My wife and I saw a pizza commercial last night where a guy calls a pizza shop and the music's playing and it says, "Please hold, you're important to us," and it's going on and on and on. The wife comes in and says, "Hey, let's run down to Domino's and get a pizza." And he's on hold, and then the voice says things, "Don't listen to your wife. Don't hang up."
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Pizza, we're coming to the phone. Don't hang up. And then she says, so it was fun. And then my wife changed the channel, so I don't know how the commercial ended. But talking about intuition,
Yeah, but isn't
intuitiveness.
Right. But isn't that kind of the way the world is sometimes? It's like I saw this thing by IKEA. The brand new IKEA book.
Oh, the book.
Have you seen the book?
No, I have not.
Have you heard of the book?
I have not.
Well, this guy describes it. It's perfect graphics. It can double in size simply by opening it up. You turn the pages simply with the tactile touch of your finger, and then they show an actual book.
Oh, how funny.
It needs no batteries. It needs no wires, no batteries.
So it's the original book.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, well, it's something we've said all along is that electronics, you can still use Robin, this is one of the reasons we play analog musical instruments or acoustic instruments. Yeah.
Yeah, my office gets so mad at me. We have this beautiful Konica Minolta printer, and we have all this stuff, and we're trying to be a paperless, but every time I get an email that's over 2 pages long, I print it. So I can sit down and read it and analyze, what the guy's trying. I'm not going to stare at a little 21-inch or 18-inch thing for an hour trying to read a technical journal or whatever. I want to make notes on the side.
Right.
And so I'm still prone to the printing page. The printing page is what I live by.
Well, see, me too. And I live in the dark ages regarding this, according to some people. But and I'm not saying somebody actually said that. But my thing is, look, we print up a lot of the stuff we use as show prep.
Right.
Because I'm afraid the computer will just stop working.
Right.
And then what I do? Then all that stuff I've prepared is not accessible.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, all those, except for sound bites. I have to have technology for sound bites.
Well, a lot of times I'll be flying to Denver, Colorado here next on the 22nd. So it's on a Monday through a Thursday. So I'll be back in time for the Friday show. But I'm not going to open my computer up on the plane and read some of the things that I have been putting off for a while. I have them all printed, and I'll just sit there and print them. And when I'm done, if I want to save it, I'll fold it in half and put it in my briefcase when I land, or fold it in half and throw it in the round, storage file when I'm done.
Will you be speaking at the show?
No, this one is a convention. I will not, but the one in October I will be speaking.
Oh, okay.
And where's that one?
That would be in Dallas, Texas.
See, I need to get out more. I'm jealous of everybody who travels.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a specific topic that you need to talk on? Do they have like a theme going, or can you choose what you want?
Yeah, the one
to
in
say?
Dallas, Texas is all about data centers. So I'll be speaking about preparing your data center to accept IPTV. because
Oh.
IPTV is data.
Do I have a data center?
And well, you have an MDF, a main distribution facility, which is the room in the back.
A computer.
So that would be, that,
Oh,
that
okay,
could be
but-
construed as a data center.
But I don't have one in my home.
No, this is for a convention for cable operators. In other words,
Okay.
what do we have to do to prepare for the onslaught of IPTV?
Okay.
So that's
How many megabytes do we need? Oh, everything. What do you need? And so, since we already launched it ourselves, we know exactly the mistakes not to make again.
Oh my.
So we'll be telling people, here's what you need to make sure you do.
I wonder what most people actually use. You might have an idea of this. I mean, I think Rob and I might be an exception to the rule because we upload videos a lot and music a lot. We upload, not just download. So if we didn't have the speeds we have, we'd be sitting there a long time, wouldn't we?
Sure. Try and go back to dial-up and see how it feels.
Yeah.
That happened the first time that TJ uploaded
Oh,
the
right.
songs. It took
Yeah.
him like a whole day and a half.
Yeah, once upon a time.
Yeah, it was.
That was before we had a clue how it even worked.
Yeah.
We had to ask our son.
And then they have all these zip-type file things now, which I am not all that familiar with. But, you know what zip file is. That's like a brand name. But they have these even more super compressions where you can take something that's 20 meg and compress it down to like 50K and send it to somebody, and then they open it back up again. But they have to have the same encryption, on their computer that you had on yours to open it back up.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you send something super fast, like the military does. They can send a huge
Oh, really?
database somewhere with little or no, data.
We need them to have that. We're not going to complain about that.
Exactly.
Ready for the phone calls?
I am ready.
By the way, the phone line is open if you'd like to speak to Jim about the topics that he's an expert at. 622-WOCA. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Good morning, Mr. George. Sonny calling. Could you explain what is the difference between having just speed to accept the, like 15 megahertz or whatever the heck the hertz the speed is, and the differential between bandwidth and why you should have maybe both with the new and upcoming television sets and computers that are going to be capable of broadcasting HD video. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Yeah, we basically said once before that think of bandwidth as a 6-lane, 8-lane, 10-lane highway. The wider the bandwidth, the more data you can push down it. And think of the speed as the car. So you could have a car doing 100 miles an hour, but if it's on a 1 lane coming, 1 lane going, collisions are possible. So if you got more bandwidth, 2 lane, 4 lane, 6 lane, there's more area for it to maybe not stay on the straight and narrow, but still get from point A to point B, quickly. And the other thing with bandwidth is how much data you use. You'd use less data if your bandwidth was larger because it's not trying to resend. Sometimes when you hit download or something, and you see the little hourglass or you see the little circle going around,
Right.
it could theoretically be resending. It found a little problem with your speed or with your bandwidth,
Right.
so it resent it. But if you had more bandwidth, then it would just send it right away because it doesn't have any collisions, any other things going on with it.
Oh, wow.
So that's the way it's. Think of bandwidth as the many lanes, and think of megabits as the speed at which you travel on that lane. That may help.
That helps to understand it, but we really don't need to know it because we depend on you guys. So, in other words, when it comes to actual time to using, anything, a TV, we just turn it off. I never needed to know, ever, how that signal got from the TV station to my house.
Yeah.
I never needed to know that.
No.
That's what I think is important also.
But a lot of times you hear hype. I think what Sonny is getting to is salespeople will call you and say we're from CenturyLink or we're from Comcast or Cox, and we have the fastest internet speed, allowable by law or whatever it is. All the hype, and they give you a price, and then as soon as you ask any question that's outside their reading material that they have in front of them, because they're salespeople,
right.
like, okay, well, what's the bandwidth that I can surf? And they go, We're giving you 10 meg or 20. Well, no, I mean the bandwidth.
So you could do that. That would be hard for me. I couldn't bluff somebody like that.
And so what happens is you may be paying top dollar for what you think is top speed, and only to find out that you're still having collisions because you don't have the bandwidth.
Jim, we have to take a little break. We've got a weather report. We'll be right back. If you have a question for Jim George, by the way, Jim is the owner of American Cable Services. And if you have a question about cable TV in general, any of those questions are a good game for this show. 622-WOCA. You'll be on hold about a couple of minutes if you call right now. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm around. Some can be slow moving and bring heavy rainfall late today. High 86 to 89. Shower or thunderstorm this evening. Otherwise partly cloudy tonight. Low 71 to 75. Clouds and sun tomorrow with a shower or thunderstorm around. High 87 to 91. Then a thunderstorm Sunday afternoon. High 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here. And Jim, you have a question from a caller. Thank you for waiting. You're on the air now with Jim George.
Good morning, everybody. I have a question. What timeline maybe when you would be across the street on State Road 27 in the Quail Meadows development?
Well, we're not going to physically cross the street in that sense, but I think I know what you mean. When will we be launched and be past our beta testing or our initial launch so that we could feed other people than just, let's say, Ocala Palms, which is on the corner of State Road 27 and Southwest 60th Avenue. And that's just around January, February. We like to do it earlier, say December, but I think realistically, every time I give a date, it slips. My wife's always reminding me the things that I say that don't come true. So, but that's our time frame. So what will happen? As long as you have internet, you'll be able to receive our cable TV
in January.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much.
You're
you
welcome.
All have a good day.
Thank you.
And by the way, I can't tell you how many times a similar call has come in after you've been on the air. It is, and then we've got to go back and hear what did Jim say. What did Jim say? So so now we can have a better handle.
But we'll definitely announce it. I mean, if we were launched today and everybody was past their beta time, I would be telling you, and even paying for advertising time, and saying, announce the fact that we are launched.
What is beta time? What is that?
Well, you do an alpha test. That's basically to prove the concept. You might get 20 people to take your service.
Right.
Then you do a beta test, and that's where you try to see what happens if I double or triple the number of people that take it. Is it impacting my server? Do I have slowdown? Does the movie pixelate? So you do that for like 2 or 3 months, and then after that, you actually do the launch. Well, we're to the point where we're ready to do the launch. We finished the alpha test, we finished the beta test, and right now we're just trying to raise the final bit of money that it takes to buy all the equipment to add all the channels.
So
and that's it.
was your beta test.
Ocala Palms is the beta. A closed, gated community where I have control over the fiber, I have control over the coax, I basically have control over how much speed I give a person. Because if I saw the picture pixelating and I said, well, let's see if I give them more speed, what happens? And if I do and it goes away, I go, okay, then I know that I either have problems in my head end where I have to fix something so they need less speed, or I'm just going to have to live with giving them more speed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of all the testing that takes place. And believe me, it's time consuming. People think, well, you did it last week. Aren't you ready yet? No, it takes months and months to get through with a test because we find problems that are not ours. Could be the wiring of the home. It could be a bunch of things that we have to, fix for it's free, you might say, to make sure that we know that typically if a person has A, B, and C, it will be perfect. But if they only have A and B and they don't have C, then we may have to have a service call.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. And so, and the test passes the test when all the numbers look like you can get bigger.
Yeah, we're all done. We're actually ready to launch. We've actually contacted all the manufacturers and begged, borrowed, and stolen everything we can in order to, have 18 to 20 channels up. But now we have to actually go out and buy, more equipment.
You know what's amazing to me is how many listeners you have that call asking about that very thing, and then the one thing they always will say is the the piece one. What do you call the piece one again?
The what now?
Oh,
where you get one channel at a time.
A la carte.
A la carte. Mm-hmm. They will always ask about a la carte, and I don't blame them. That sounds like the way to go for me. And here's my thinking, Jim. If this community is responding that way, that means every community in this country wants this.
Everybody wants it. Yeah, I can't pick up a magazine, a spreadsheet, anything from a technical company that they don't speak about a la carte. Even the FCC is trying to push for a la carte. Senator McCain, everybody's trying to push for a la carte. Why would you be forced to buy the tennis channel when you wanted the golf channel? And you don't play tennis.
Yeah.
And if you want the tennis channel, the golf channel, buy the golf channel.
And it's not like it was when cable first started, where it was like $18 a month. I mean, it's not cheap anymore.
No.
So, it is really, there's something criminal, I think, about forcing the people to buy all these channels at a high rate when a la carte is technically possible.
Well, Dish TV and DirecTV said to us a year and a half to 2 years ago now at one of the conventions, I attend all the cable TV conventions, the average person's bill is $159.
Isn't that crazy?
And that's direct and Dish. And yet you see the advertisement, $29.95, and that's free installation. What you don't know is that after a while, you want that channel. Well, that's in the other tier.
In the other tier.
So you have to take the other 80 channels to get the 2 you want. And so a la carte is really the only way to go. The problem is the programmers themselves, because let's say Disney, for instance, it owns ABC,
right?
It owns USA Network, and it owns ESPN. So they're bundled. They won't let me break them apart. So if you wanted ESPN and I was going to sell you ESPN, you would have to watch or have to have USA and Disney and ABC, whether you wanted them or not.
But see, the whole free marketplace concept is that things will exist if people want them. Things will cease to exist if people don't want them. Mm-hmm. It happens to restaurants.
Yeah.
Every business is forced to face that reality, but for some reason, TV channels that nobody watches can still make money because somebody's watching the other one in the tier.
Right.
Which it doesn't seem right.
I know it's not right. But it's the nature of the business, and it's got to change. And, of course, we're not the ones to change it. We're just going to be one of the forerunners to offer a la carte.
Once it's,
And hopefully people will follow. That's the bottom line.
You have another phone call. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Jim. This is Sonny again. You know, what you were saying and what Larry's saying is very true for me. I think I watch, out of all the channels that we can get, which is like 100 and something, I watch like 6. Once in a blue moon, I'll watch something else. But that's the extent of it. And I'm basically, the 6 that out of the 6, the 2 of them are PBS channels and then a movie channel. So, and then there's the 3 other channels, and that's it. So I guess I would definitely benefit from your programming. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know. There must be a lot more people like me around.
Has to be.
When you're watching these programs and commercials come on every 2.5 minutes and you get 3 minutes of commercials, you forget what the heck you were watching. And
Exactly.
I just find that so exasperating that I just don't bother. So anyway, have a good weekend,
Thank
guys.
you. Yeah, they claim the average person watches between 7 and 11 channels, and that's it. And the reason for the 11, that's really high, is because every so often you want the Discovery Channel, or you want BBC. You want to see news from Great Britain, or you want, every so often.
Right.
But if you actually had a box on top of their TV that would record every channel they looked at for more than 7 minutes, they say that basically, like Sonny was saying, 3 or 4 of those minutes are commercials.
Yeah.
So they've
right,
upped it to
right.
7 minutes. And if you stay on a channel more than 7 minutes, then you're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're, but chances are you saw something, it was interesting to you. It went to
Right,
commercial.
right.
You waited. The commercial's over. It comes back on. You say, oh, no, I'm not interested in that. And you change the channel. So when they do that, the average person watches between a 7 and, that would kill the economy if there was but the idea is every channel is being watched, but it's just being watched by someone other than you and I.
Mm-hmm. And they absolutely fool you because they'll tell you got 1,000 channels, but part of those channels are regular and the other part are high definition,
Right.
but they're the same channels.
Same channel.
And you have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Yeah, I was just listening, call, and I wanted to order the football channel last year from DirecTV, and they told me that they took it away and tried to, recharge me a higher price. So I said, well, what would be the cost for just one channel? He said, well, that'd be extra $20 on your bill. And I'm like, y'all got to be kidding me.
Wow.
Y'all already charged me an arm and a leg, and y'all want $20 just for one channel? So I applaud you, man. Just come on with that, and I'll be the first one on board when they do come.
Yeah.
I think you represent. I think a lot of people feel that way.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you for the call. Yeah.
All right.
See, that's what they need to hear. They need to hear I can't believe we're the only community who wants this. This has got to be across the country.
When we take off, I've said from day one, when we take off, we're going to get sued by everybody there is to sue because they're going to say, you can't do that. And I say, I am doing that. And I know, but we got to stop you because you're going to set a precedent. And when you set this precedent, everybody's going to want it. And I go, yeah, everybody's going to want it.
But you can do it here and in Boone, North Carolina,
I can do it anywhere in the world.
But don't you have something set up in Boone right now?
We do have a system in Boone, another test network, and it's a Appalachian State University dormitory because we want to see how much bandwidth students use. And what are students' habits as compared to Ocalans?
Well, I think I'm with everybody. Right now, I don't even have it. And that's exactly why. I just don't see, I can't justify paying that much for it. So.
Right. But we need to start off with about 100 channels. See, 20 channels, even though we think they're great 20 channels, you may only want one of them, and you say, well, when will you have the other that I want? So we need to launch with about 100 channels. And then of the 100, you want 7. But Robin wants 7 totally different ones than what you want.
Right.
And
why? Why, Robin?
and people with young children, they want 7 different ones. So you got to have about 100 channels to start.
That's right.
Always fun, Jim. Thank you for coming
Thank
in.
you.
What is your number?
854-9795.
Please write that number down. I know you want to call us and ask us, but I guarantee you Jim will have a better answer than Robin and I will. I mean, you're always welcome to call us. We love you, but I think if you want an answer from...
where are you busking tonight?
Downtown.
Ocala Art and Frame.
There you go.
Yeah, very far.
Get that in.
Art and Frame.
We are the Pluto in the solar system of Friday Art Walk.
That's right.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The August jobs report just out, coming in well below expectations, showing our economy added 142,000 jobs. The unemployment rate 6.1%. The third American healthcare worker infected with Ebola now home for treatment.
Dr. Rick